Today we're taking a look at the LACIE 6big. It's a 6-bay Thunderbolt 3 RAID array. Let's take a look at the hardware and then talk about why some of you may be interested in investing in a RAID system if you don't already have one. Now, as the name suggests, 6big, this is a 6-bay RAID array. It has 6 hard drives in here. These come with the Iron Wolf Pro drives. Yeah, it comes ready to go off the shelf. You don't need to buy any drives or anything. They come in a couple of different capacities. Now on the back side over here, you have Thunderbolt 3 and also USB 3.1 Type-C, which is backwards compatible with USB 3 or USB 2. And they've also included an adapter if you need. The case here is made out of aluminum. That's for better heat dissipation, and it includes 2 fans. The drives are easy to access. It all comes out of the front, and this system is compatible for both Mac and Windows or PC. On the software side, LACIE includes a RAID manager software. It's incredibly intuitive, very straightforward. Anyone can configure this RAID array with just a few clicks. The software then continues to log events, and if there's any issues, could even send you an email. Now, one of the things included when you purchase the LACIE 6big is what they call peace of mind. The Iron Wolf Pro drives in here are covered with a 5-year limited warranty, and that includes rescue data recovery services. So a failed drive will be replaced and your data will be recovered with one in-lab recovery service at no additional cost. The most common thing that comes to mind is redundancy of data. But RAID can also be used to increase performance of your system, and you'll see performance gains in your video and photo editing with things like playback and rendering. So for me, I chose RAID 5. It offered a good balance between performance, data, redundancy, and overall capacity. Not the best performance, but is a good balance for me. I'm not going to go into the detailed scientific tests, but I ran the Blackmagic design disk speed test on 3 different drives. The first is an 8 terabyte G-Tech USB 3 drive, and here you can see the write and read speeds. Now the second test is from a 1 terabyte Samsung Evo solid state drive, and that's over Thunderbolt 2. We got more than double the performance, but obviously solid state drives aren't cheap. So my third and final test was the LACIE 6big. This is configured with RAID 5, and remember, I'm over Thunderbolt 2. And as you can see, we're getting better write performance than the Samsung solid state drive, with the benefits of redundancy and capacity at about the 1/8 the cost of a Samsung solid state drive. I want you to keep in mind, I'm running these tests over Thunderbolt 2 on my older Mac Pro desktop, but the LACIE can offer far better performance over Thunderbolt 3 and even faster performance depending on the RAID setup that you configure. Remember, mine's set up for RAID 5 over Thunderbolt 2. It's not an optimal setup. So when LACIE sent this over about a month ago, I've been using it every day since. Literally, it's the drive that I'm putting all of my files on. It's the drive I'm editing from. And I shoot with 3 Ursa Mini cameras, and the media I'm using is 1 terabyte solid state drive. So I'm shooting a lot of media, I'm downloading a lot of media, and then I'm editing that media from here, that uncompressed raw, and it's been flawless. The performance has been significant. I would normally just use Thunderbolt docks and put regular hard drives on there, and I thought that was pretty good speed, but they're nowhere near the speeds you can get from like a RAID 5 setup here, because it's spanning several drives as it's reading and writing. I mean, we're getting solid state performance for a fraction of the cost, and this is not even an optimal setup. I'm not even using a Thunderbolt 3, so I can only imagine like what this system here is capable of if I was to upgrade my machine. But so far it's been perfect. I'm seeing gains in all of my apps like DaVinci Resolve and Final Cut Pro. Things are playing smoother, and then just the peace of mind that there's some redundancy happening with this data. So I'm not totally losing an entire drive and then everything all goes to hell, right? So anyways, I'm going to continue using this thing, but if you guys have any questions about the LACIE 6big, leave some comments below or also on my blog, cheesycam.com.